Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now, onto the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail. The rumor mill has been spinning nonstop over the past few days, and now it seems to have finally landed on the Celtic Park turf with an intensity that's got fans talking in hushed tones and in cafes alike, whispering about the latest potential shakeup in the squad. Sources close to the club suggest that Celtic have been quietly negotiating deals that could see them bolster their attacking options, bringing in BOJAN MIOVSKI, whose recent performances in Europe have reportedly caught the eye of Hoops scouts, alongside THEO BAIR, a striker known for his physicality and eye for goal. It's the kind of pairing that excites fans because it combines flair and strength, but also because it signals a potential shift in how the club might approach matches in the upcoming season. Rumors suggest that these negotiations have been ongoing for weeks, with scouts flying under the radar to assess not only their statistics, but also how they might fit into Ange Postecoglou's system. There's chatter that these signings aren't just about depth, but also a statement of intent, a signal to rivals in the Scottish Premiership that Celtic mean business. The timing of these moves, so close to pre-season, has sparked endless debate among fans on social media, with speculation ranging from starting positions to potential impact in European fixtures. It seems the club wants to hit the ground running and make an immediate impact, and insiders hint that the board sees both MIOVSKI and BAIR as integral to a new offensive strategy. Sources suggest that BOJAN MIOVSKI, who has been in fine form in his previous stints, is a player who combines pace, technical skill, and a certain knack for being in the right place at the right time, a lethal combination that could prove decisive in crucial matches. The buzz around THEO BAIR is slightly different, with pundits noting his ability to hold the ball up, bring teammates into play, and his knack for scoring from unexpected angles, something that might just give Celtic an unpredictable edge. Fans have been poring over highlight reels, dissecting movements, finishes, and off-the-ball intelligence, and it seems the more they watch, the more tantalizing the possibilities become. Rumors hint that the medicals and paperwork are already being quietly finalized, with club insiders insisting it's just a matter of days before official announcements are made, creating a wave of anticipation that has everyone talking about lineups, formations, and how quickly these players could gel with existing stars. Conversations in pubs and online forums revolve around potential partnerships with current forwards, the chances of seeing a dual striker system, and whether these acquisitions are long-term solutions or short-term gambles designed to make an immediate splash in both domestic and European competitions. The murmurs extend to tactical discussions too, with fans and pundits alike debating how Postecoglou might tweak his strategies to accommodate two new forwards, possibly rotating them depending on the opposition and match intensity. What's clear is that the Celtic fan base is buzzing with excitement, and even skeptics can't help but feel a spark of hope at the prospect of reinvigorated attack lines that might finally bring some unpredictable dynamics back to the pitch. Interestingly, the timing of these potential deals coincides with whispers that rivals in the Premiership are monitoring Celtic's moves closely, perhaps considering countermeasures to retain their own dominance in the league. The ripple effect of these signings, if confirmed, could reshape transfer strategies across Scotland, prompting other clubs to accelerate their own negotiations or reconsider tactical setups to avoid being outpaced. There's talk of MIOVSKI's versatility, capable of drifting wide or playing through the center, giving Postecoglou multiple options to adjust formations mid-game, something that could be crucial in tightly contested fixtures. Meanwhile, BAIR's presence hints at a physical edge, a striker who can battle defenders, win aerial duels, and act as a focal point in fast breaks or set pieces. Speculation suggests that Celtic's recruitment team has been meticulously analyzing data, watching game footage, and even consulting former players to ensure that these acquisitions complement the squad both on and off the pitch. Among fans, discussions have reached fever pitch on social media platforms, debating whether this is a sign of a more aggressive transfer strategy or simply opportunistic acquisitions timed perfectly before the window closes. Even pundits, known for their cautious approach, have been caught up in the excitement, suggesting that if both players settle quickly, They could dramatically influence Celtic's scoring stats and help clinch crucial points early in the season. The energy surrounding these rumors has become almost palpable, as supporters eagerly await any confirmation, each small update dissected and discussed with the intensity of a derby match. The overall sentiment hints at optimism, tinged with curiosity, as everyone wonders whether the blend of skill and strength offered by MIOVSKI and BAIR might herald a new era for the Hoops' forward line. There are whispers that contract negotiations have been particularly smooth, a sign that both players are genuinely interested in joining the club, drawn by the history, fanbase, and opportunity to compete in European competitions. Rumors suggest that personal terms have been agreed upon quickly, and agents involved have expressed optimism that everything will be formalized before training resumes in full swing. Discussions hint that MIOVSKI's arrival could coincide with tactical shifts aimed at exploiting his movement between lines, potentially opening space for wingers and midfielders to operate more freely, while BAIR's inclusion could allow Celtic to dominate aerial battles, particularly in congested penalty areas. Observers point out that the combination of their distinct playing styles could make the Hoops more unpredictable, forcing opposing managers to rethink defensive setups. On social media, fans are already imagining potential combinations, debating whether MIOVSKI's flair might clash with BAIR's physicality or whether their complementary skills could transform Celtic's attacking philosophy. Speculation even extends to European competition, with some hinting that these signings might be designed to give Celtic a more competitive edge against continental sides, providing both speed and strength in key moments. The undercurrent of excitement is tangible, with insiders and fans alike sensing that the club might be on the brink of an exciting offensive revolution. Further chatter suggests that these moves, if confirmed, aren't just about individual talent, but also about sending a message to the league. Celtic is rebuilding, evolving, and not afraid to make decisive acquisitions to maintain supremacy. Rumors indicate that internal discussions at the club have focused on balancing youth development with experienced signings, and that MIOVSKI and BAIR were identified as ideal candidates who could contribute immediately while adapting to Celtic's long-term vision. Fan forums have exploded with speculation about squad depth, rotation policies, and how these additions might influence key matches against Rangers, Aberdeen, or Hearts, with every passing update sparking further debate. Interestingly, insiders hint at a carefully orchestrated approach to timing, designed to maintain momentum in fan engagement and create buzz ahead of the season opener. Analysts also speculate that the acquisition of both forwards could relieve pressure on existing strikers, allowing the manager to experiment with different tactical setups without compromising goal-scoring potential. The narrative surrounding these signings is undeniably exciting, blending realistic strategic planning with an almost cinematic sense of anticipation, giving Celtic supporters something tangible to look forward to beyond the usual preseason optimism. It seems that the combination of MIOVSKI's finesse and BAIR's brute force could be exactly what the Hoops need to disrupt traditional defensive patterns and inject unpredictability into the Premiership campaign. Finally, murmurs suggest that while nothing has been officially announced, insiders are cautiously optimistic that both deals could be wrapped up imminently, creating one of the most talked-about transfer windows in recent Celtic history. The excitement is amplified by the timing, rumors hinting that both players have already passed initial medical checks and that the final paperwork is pending, meaning fans could see official confirmations at any moment. Conversations across fan channels, from cafes to social media threads, are dominated by potential lineups, the interplay between new and existing players, and how quickly MIOVSKI and BAIR might gel with established stars. There's even speculation that these signings could influence upcoming fixtures in domestic cups and European competitions, giving Celtic a fresh arsenal to surprise opponents. Pundits argue that the psychological impact alone could be significant, boosting team morale while unsettling rival clubs who have been monitoring Celtic's transfer strategy closely. The intensity of these rumors reflects a broader sense of anticipation, one that seems almost electric among supporters. If these moves materialize as expected, the Hoops could enter the season with a renewed attacking edge, blending flair and power, and sending a clear signal that Celtic are serious contenders not just domestically, but on the European stage as well. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. The excitement surrounding the potential arrivals of BOJAN MIOVSKI and THEO BAIR has taken on a life of its own, spreading through social media threads, online fan forums, and even casual conversations in the streets of Glasgow, creating a buzz that feels almost tangible. Rumors suggest that club insiders have been meticulous in planning these signings, not just from a tactical perspective, but also considering the locker room dynamics and how each player's personality might influence squad cohesion. Fans speculate endlessly about how MIOVSKI's agility, sharp movements, and eye for goal could complement BAIR's physical presence, aerial dominance, and ability to hold the ball under pressure, imagining scenarios where both players rotate intelligently, creating space for wingers and midfielders to exploit. Analysts whisper that these signings might even lead to a reimagined formation, with Postecoglou possibly experimenting with dual striker setups, using MIOVSKI to pull defenders out of position while BAIR occupies the central channels, making the Hoops attack unpredictable and multidimensional. Online discussions highlight how these potential deals could send a psychological message across the Premiership, signaling that Celtic are serious about retaining dominance and pushing the limits in European competitions. The very act of speculation, whether deliberate or organic, has already amplified fan engagement, keeping Celtic supporters riveted to every update, hinting that even before official confirmation, the narrative is already shaping the identity of the upcoming season. The whispers around Celtic Park extend beyond tactics, with rumors suggesting that both MIOVSKI and BAIR could bring a renewed sense of urgency and competitive edge to the training ground, challenging existing forwards and pushing the entire squad to elevate their performances. Fans have been dissecting highlight reels and past match footage obsessively, debating who might start, how the manager might rotate lineups, and which combinations could create the deadliest attacking partnership in the Premiership. Sources hint at a meticulously planned approach to integrating these players, focusing on chemistry, on-field intelligence, and understanding each other's movement patterns, with the idea that patience could turn them into lethal weapons in crucial fixtures. The chatter isn't just confined to Glasgow. Pundits in London, Manchester, and beyond are observing the situation closely, discussing how these acquisitions, if confirmed, might influence not only Celtic's domestic campaign, but also their performance in European competition, possibly allowing them to approach group stages with a more varied and unpredictable attack. Rumors indicate that the club sees this as part of a broader strategy, blending immediate impact with long-term planning, aiming to balance youthful energy with experienced composure. The ongoing speculation has created a sense of collective anticipation among supporters, fostering discussions that extend far beyond mere transfers, as the very idea of MIOVSKI and BAIR playing together inspires visions of explosive goals, intricate movements, and decisive moments in matches yet to come. Murmurs also suggest that Celtic's board are quietly confident these signings will energize ticket sales, merchandise, and fan engagement, with insiders noting that the anticipation alone has already revitalized conversations around the club, particularly among younger supporters who dream of seeing a new era of attacking football. BOJAN MIOVSKI is often described in these whispers as a player whose intelligence off the ball could create scoring opportunities even when play seems stagnant, while THEO BAIR's robustness and ability to dominate in duels might give Celtic a strategic edge in set pieces and high-pressure moments. Discussions among fans speculate how these two could combine during key fixtures against Rangers, Aberdeen, or Hearts, imagining fast counterattacks, clever one-twos, and moments where instinctive finishing could turn the tide of a match. Rumors even extend to potential European nights, with enthusiasts picturing how MIOVSKI's creativity and BAIR's physicality could disrupt continental defenses, giving Celtic a competitive edge against teams unaccustomed to such dynamic forward pairings. Pundits quietly suggest that if both players settle quickly, the manager could rotate them effectively, preserving fitness and maintaining peak performance throughout a congested season. The ongoing narrative hints at more than just recruitment. It's about reinvigorating a team, sending a message across Scotland, and perhaps signaling to Europe that Celtic are preparing for an attack-driven revolution, blending flair and force in a way that supporters have been craving for seasons. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.